My ex asked me for another chance after she left me for narcissist AP 2 years ago. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another story about Reddit cheating. Please click the subscribe button and the notification bell before we begin so you don't miss another cheating story. In 2013, my ex 29F and I 29M met in college. We became fast friends and finally developed love for each other when I was 22 and she was 21. A year later, we became a couple. It was a wonderful relationship and I have no regrets. In 2016, I was at home when she called to tell me she was outside and we needed to talk. So I went outside and saw her in her car, crying. I approached her and inquired as to what was wrong. She admitted to me that she had cheated on me. I won't go into detail because I'm trying to make this as brief as possible. I was stunned, upset, and teary-eyed. She went on to explain that we needed to end our relationship because I deserved more than her and that she had feelings for AP. I cautioned her against rushing into a relationship with someone else and advised her that a relationship that starts with adultery usually ends tragically. I walked back to my house when we finished talking, but before I did, I turned around to see her again, and she was still weeping. She tweeted on social media after I stepped inside, writing the sobbing emoji, "I wish I could just vanish." After that, I proceeded to delete her from social media. While I was lamenting the end of my relationship, I was also thinking about how her new relationship might backfire on her. 2 years later, she sends me a message wanting to meet up because she wants to discuss. I knew the time had come. So I met her at a diner. I live in New Jersey, and she was in a bad mood. She appeared to be crying before we met. She offered me a weak hello and a cold one when she saw me. She was taken aback and became teary-eyed. I began by asking her what she wanted to discuss. She began by stating that she and AP had broken up 2 weeks prior and that their relationship had been terrible. He turned out to be a narcissist who abused her emotionally. She also stated that the shame she felt for what she had done to me had never left her and that I was correct. She turned aside after noticing my cold demeanor and said, "You used to be so happy and silly. It hurts to see you like this, and I know it's due of my poor, selfish, and stupid choices." She went on to say that she was sorry about everything and that she had been thinking about you every day for the previous 2 years. "Not only did I lose us, but I also lost my best friend," she said, "and I wrecked that. I'm not here to get back together because I don't deserve it and I have no right to ask." She began crying again. "It is true that you do not deserve me," and I continued. She turned aside once more as the room became quiet. She then told me that she had missed me for 2 years and that she wanted to be friends with me again. I told her I could. Didn't make any guarantees. She started crying for the last time as I walked out of the diner, and as I turned around, she was still crying, history repeating itself. In the end, adultery destroys both the cheater and the victim. It's almost never worth it to cheat. Edit. Due to popular demand, I'm going to share what happened after I left the diner. Hello, everyone. Due to multiple requests, I've decided to make an addendum to my initial post. There is nothing else to say after this, therefore this will be my only update. Before I go any further, I'd like to clarify a few points from my initial piece. 1. The AP was emotionally abusive as evidenced by my ex's texts, which were full of phrases like "no one will ever love you like me" and "you're ugly." He also texted her to break up with her. "You're a scumbag." 2. During her 2 years at AP, she attempted to contact me on several occasions, asking how I was doing. "I'm sorry, and are you okay?" I didn't answer in the end. I didn't block her because I wasn't ready for her relationship to end. 3. During the 2 years, friends and family saw her and all expressed the same thing. She appeared unhappy, and whenever she saw them, she would rush up to them and inquire how I was doing, as well as tell me that she would never stop apologizing. 4. The encounter in the diner took place in 2018. Returning to the story now, if we become friends again, I'll work my butt out to earn back your trust. And if not, please know I'll always be sorry, she texted me when I returned home from the diner. After a year, I ran into her at a restaurant while buying lunch. We caught up and I wasn't quite as cold as I had been. I'll be honest, I'm a little embarrassed about what happened afterwards. She accepted my offer of an FWB with me. For a few months, the FWB was in effect. Looking back, I believe I did it to provide closure and to show her what she was missing. I decided to call it a day because I felt like I'd gotten my closure. She was disappointed, but she recognized the situation. She began dating someone else a few months later, and they dated until early 2020, just before the epidemic struck. She arrived up uninvited at my house and told me that the new guy had cheated on her with multiple women and that he genuinely blamed her for it. The new guy, like the AP, broke up with her through text. Wow, she continued by emphasizing how much she despised herself for what she had done to me, but that she now understood how I felt. I hugged her and reminded her that she should remember these teachings. She thanked me and then walked away. Now fast forward to now, I heard she's an IC and has chosen to remain single. I recently saw her mother, who informed me as for me, I'm single and working on myself. I'm working on getting in shape and studying psychology. Guess what inspired me? Thank you for taking the time to read my story. I appreciate everyone who took the time to read and respond. Here are some of the best community responses. That is something that a cheater would never comprehend. She went on to suggest that we needed to end our relationship because I deserved more and that she had feelings for AP. I cautioned her against rushing into a relationship with someone else and reminded her that a relationship that starts with adultery usually ends tragically. You deserve better. She was right. Even after you broke up with her, you warned her that the relationship would most likely end horribly. What irritates me is that she decides to value your friendship 2 years later. What kind of friendship is there worth having? On Facebook, I have friends who have shown me more consideration than this individual has shown you. Consequences are unpleasant, but they are entirely her fault and the result of her decisions. I don't have any. Betraying someone necessitates a lot of mental acrobatics. It's not natural. Humans are sociable beings who attach readily, so you see, and blame them for doing what they do. Don't believe all that nonsense about not deserving you. In reality, she didn't think you deserved her. It took her TWO years of being with that loser for her to eventually wake up. You're not getting the whole story. She probably fed him the same tale you did. Anyway, it's difficult for people to quit thinking that way once they start doing mental gymnastics. They're not working. It is easier for them to place blame on others than it is for them to accept responsibility. Unless he finds a method to manipulate her, the next relationship will end in the same way. She just broke up with her affair partner and hasn't been alone for more than a few weeks, and now she wants to rekindle her relationship with you. Get out of here. You don't require such a companion. She's attempting to persuade you to give her what she wants without having to confront herself or become a healthy person. Do not get involved. Thank you for viewing, and be sure to check out our other infidelity stories videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already to get more daily Reddit cheating stories.